It's supposed to just be like dark fluid. It's like slime. Did I do good?
What, coming in?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's perfect, man.
Say hi, Team 512.
What's up, y'all? How you doing? Welcome to the Team 512 garage.
Today we're going to be doing something with the Vette, and it involves a lift over here at Team 512's garage. So here we are, Team 512's garage. You guys have all seen Scott's video. If you haven't, I'll link all his information down in the description below. He obviously has a lift built right into his garage. He's got some nice Swiss Tracks flooring in here. This might be coming soon to Horsepower Obsessed garage as well. But check out what we did with the C7s here, guys. Have you ever seen anything more beautiful than that? This is Scott's Grand Sport, JT's Z06, and my ZR1. So not only do we have three amazingly nice looking C7s here, they're kind of progressive. So we got the Grand Sport, Z06, ZR1, all in a beautiful little line here. Guys, look at this lunatic. Look at him. He's climbing on the roof so he can get a better shot of the beautiful C7s. This is dedication right here, guys. Go ahead and subscribe to him now while you can, because he may die doing this.
All for the love of the Corvette.
Team 512, first ride in the ZR1. Granted, it's only going from here to there. It's still a first.
Oh, these red match paddles.
I think he likes it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Drives is so easy.
All right, guys, so we're about to put the ZR1 up in the air to change the differential fluid. Now, this is actually something I recommend all of you guys do. If you have a C7, I actually changed this in my Camaro as well and had the same kind of problem. The stock fluid that they put in this car is really gross. You're gonna see here in a second, but let's get this thing up in the air.
Oh man, thank you. Jesus. Oh, thanks, man.
It was tight under there, huh?
Yeah.
So we got the car up in the air. Now, for you guys who don't know, if you come under here, this is where your differential's at. And the ports are kind of tough to get to, but ultimately this is the drain port right here. And then the fill port is right there. So as you can see, they're just a 3/8 inch box at the end. You don't need any special socket for this, but getting to this one up here is kind of tight between the sway bar and everything. Best idea is to have a swivel head 3/8 inch wrench for this, so you can kind of bend it back around this sway bar. You want to take out the fill port first, just in case you can't get that out, and then you're not stranded with no differential fluid in your car. With the angle head wrench here, if we go right up here behind the sway bar, you can see I'm able to get it right in that fill port hole. So the angle head wrench is your best friend for this part of the procedure. All right, and we are just gonna crack it. We're not gonna take it out the whole way, because with that crack, it will allow the differential fluid to kind of seep out versus pouring out. And if it pours out, it's gonna get all over the rear cradle, cross member, whatever you wanna call this. This big chunk of aluminum is gonna get all covered in gross differential fluid. So we want this to kind of dribble out of the drain port here. You don't need any special concoction here though. You can just put this right in just like that and crack it loose.
There's no rear diff fluid in it.
Yeah, none. Oh, I think she's about ready to go.
You got the gurgle.
Gurgle, yeah. It's like green slime.
It's not supposed to look like that.
No?
When we put the new stuff in, wait till you see what it looks like. Like that looks very metallic-y.
I saw it pull one.
Guys, look at this. Look how gross this looks. Like, that is supposed to just be like dark fluid. It's like slime. This is why you do it. And then on the back of these, I'll show you in a second, there's all kinds of slime on the back of this thing. It's gross. And it stinks. Look at Scott's face. Yeah, it's not good.
Man, how much is in there?
There's 3 quarts. Is that not going down? Are we gonna need another container here?
It should be going down.
Is it going down?
Unless the little thing got pushed in. That's not going. Ooh, that's warm.
It's warm.
Oh, that's warm.
Ugh. Here, flip that little thing open right here.
It's straight.
It's permanently open.
It's pouring like straight now.
It's because we opened that fill port. All right, guys, so as you can see, it takes 3 people to change the differential fluid on a Corvette. Ideally, it doesn't, but that stuff stinks, and it's not the easiest drain plug to get to. The drain port plug, if you look at it right there, you can actually see there's a bunch of gunk on the back. Now, these are magnetic, but this doesn't really seem like it's anything that should be sticking to it magnetically. I think this is some sort of silicone. Whatever it is, it's nasty, and as you can see, we can wipe it off, and it's real dark graphite colored like silicone. Either way, we wipe this off, we'll clean these all up. This is the drain port, and the fill port will have the same kind of gunk on the back. Clean these all up, and then we're gonna start pumping in some new fluid. So this is the drain plug after I cleaned it all up. As you guys can see, this is a magnet on this end, but now there's no gunk on the end. And the paper towel, all of this came from that freaking drain plug. Like, look at all the graphite colored like silicone or something. I would say it's some sort of shavings, but the way it comes off is just so like viscous. It looks way more like a silicone to me. So anyway, we clean that up. Now this magnet's ready to go. I'm gonna put the drain plug back in, and then we're gonna work on getting that fill plug out and start filling this thing up. This isn't any kind of rocket science here. You just twist it back in there, and we're gonna tighten it down with that same 3/8 wrench. I'm gonna wipe this up first here. Got a little bit on the actual leaf spring, composite leaf spring. I don't want anybody thinking we're trucking around here. Everybody asks that. They're like, the Corvette has leaf springs? It's a composite leaf spring. Okay. You don't have to go crazy with it. There's actually a stock marking there, blue line, that if you just follow that, that's tight. Now we're gonna get this fill port completely out so we can start pumping the new fluid in, and we also want to clean off the end of it. So here's the fill port. You can see there's not as much on here as there was on the drain port, but there's a nice little ring of it right there. And like I said, when I wipe this off, it doesn't look like metal particles to me. I'm not really sure what it is. It could be metal. I don't claim to be a genius here or even a mechanic of any kind, but I'm gonna clean this up, show you what it looks like on a clean piece of paper towel. In my recommendation, I would definitely say you wanna do this on your C7 because of this stuff right here. The fluid that comes out looks really milky, and this, I don't know whether it's metal shavings or some sort of silicone. Either way, I don't want it on there. So if we take this, just give it one wipe on the paper towel. It just looks like graphite silicone to me. And I mean, I've seen that kind of stuff before for like transmission seals and stuff like that. That's why I think that's what that is. Because I mean, that does not look like metal. But we'll just clean this one up just like we did the drain port plug, and we'll get everything buttoned back up. This is the fluid you guys want to buy. If you have any questions about it, part number is right here. This is the exact fluid with the friction modifier already in it. So you don't have to add anything to this. If you buy it from GM, it's literally ready to be pumped right into the differential. Nothing more to be added. So you will need 3 quarts of this stuff in any one of the C7 models. So this is the pump you're gonna wanna buy in order to stick it into the quart jug to pump it into the differential. This is actually from Amazon. It was only like $6 or $8. I'll link it in the description down below if you guys wanna do this yourself. This is definitely what you're gonna need to get this pumped into the fill port for the differential. So as you can see, I'll put it right in here. It literally screws on to the actual quart jug here, and then it's ready to go. As soon as I start pumping down on this, it will start shooting out here into the fill port. All right, there she goes. Now guys, if you could see how clear it is in that tube versus what was coming out, it's unbelievable. The stock stuff was nowhere near that clear. It takes exactly 76 pumps per quart. I'm just kidding, I have no idea how many it takes, but it's a lot. This doesn't move very much fluid.
This is fascinating.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
It's dripping. All right, guys, so we are full. We have about 3.5 quarts in there. So we are good to go. We're gonna take out the fill tube here without hopefully splattering it all over all of us. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the fill port plug back in there. Magic hands, Scott here. Tightening the fill port back up. Believe it or not, is the opposite of loosening it. There we go.
Your marks are almost lined up. There you go. Yep.
Okay, all lined up, all ready to go. All right, so we got all the fluid in. Fill port is tightened in, the drain port's tightened in. We're gonna wipe everything down now just so we don't have to smell this disgusting differential fluid burning off of everything. So let's come in with a paper towel or rag of some kind, wipe all this stuff off. All right, guys, so we got the ZR1 differential fluid changed. It was definitely an interesting project. Like I said, it's not horribly difficult. Luckily, I had some guys to lend me a hand. We had Team 512, Scott. I'll put his channel information down in the description below, but definitely check him out. That is his Grand Sport right there. Beautiful car. He also has a C5 hiding over here, so check him out. He's a great channel, great help. JT, everybody knows JT. Cars Guys, I'll put his stuff down there as well. Also a great help. We all had a turn at using the pump to get the differential fluid in this guy. Like I said, I think you guys should all do it because it is definitely milky and not the best factory fill fluid. So I think we did a good thing here. Like I said, I had some awesome help, so it was a great time overall. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about any of the stuff we talked about, any of these guys' channels, leave them in the comment section down below or send me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I'll answer anything you might have for me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. I have tons of C7 and C8 content coming very soon, so you're not going to want to miss it. And as always, I'll catch you in the next upload.